you for showing up. I'm almost ready. I wanted to pre-shuffle a little bit. Thank you so much for joining. Leo, this is your reading. I've chosen some decks I've never used on any of my videos. None of them. It's a privilege for you. At least I see it as something I want to offer you. So I'm almost done with this one, and then we'll start. So I hope you've paid your rent, paid your mortgage. Today is February 1st. Since February is a short month, mind you, this year is the year, how do you call that in English? In French we say bisextile. I don't know how to say in English when there's 29 days, right? The skip year, how do you say? Anyways, I don't know, money's on your mind. This is what I'm channeling for you. For me to speak about rent or mortgage, something that you want to pay off, that you've been saving for, like a down payment. Maybe you've got an upcoming expense. So we're going to start with an oracle. I do want to get my bearings here and see what we're really dealing with for you this month. We'll go into your love life, but if anything comes out or comes up, just like this channeled message about you trying to save some money or having something to pay that is very like a one-off, or at least that feels like an exception to you. I'll speak of everything and anything I see for you guys. So let me see what comes out. I like the cards to pop out. That's too many. There we go. This is Képri, is change. Maybe that's what you're saving for. You're wanting to create a change. You want to have some money to actually make that choice, have that freedom. So let's go to the tarot now. I've chosen a particular tarot that is really wicked in a good way. The images are really cool. So let me see. In this one I will pull because that's what I would like to do for you tonight. So we're looking at the Ace of Pentacles. Money is on your mind, I'm telling you. Look at this card. It's like some form of a jewel, yet it has like these veins in it. It's pretty cool. So ruby, the name ruby could be of significance to you because of the stone. Anyway, you're looking to make money, you're wanting a particular opportunity to pay off for yourself. You want to start something that will bring you revenue. For some reason, I feel that you're trying to steady yourself in this way. It's not out of greed. It's definitely because you have a particular project, something very, very dear to you. something you're passionate about, because rubies are red and violets are blue. And so in this case, the color red for me is something that is related to how passionate you feel about this thing. It will create change, definitely. So let's keep pulling. I have a card in the reverse. May as well keep my glasses on, right? This is the Nine of Wands, but in the reverse. I'll show you the card. For some reason, I feel that you've been lighting candles, making a wish, or simply maybe following a particular ritual for yourself. Something that you've created, nothing spell work related, nothing spooky, just something that you like to do. Could be just for the ambiance, just to really put you in a particular mood. Maybe you do that because you meditate. But I feel that you do that when you want to visualize what it is that you're starting, and what it is that you are aiming for. Maybe you are calling in particular wishes to you, or particular, I guess you could call it energy. Wanting your guides to be close. Let me see what else I can pull for you. What is this? This is actually the void. It's Arcana 21, which is the world. But here it's called the void. In French, le vide is the void. It's a particular energy where when you sit and you meditate, wherever you sit and you're lighting those candles, you are emptying your mind and replacing any form of stress that you had, releasing any exhaustion that you feel on the Nine of Wands, by tranquility, by the visions that you have for your future. I believe that you're filling the void with the correct visualizations for yourself. In a way here, the card is in the reverse. It is the equivalent of the World card, so there's something that you might be I don't want to say you're not really truly revisiting it, but there's something that you are looking at you're looking at all the facets of this thing, right? So you're taking the time to actually turn it and look at it from all angles. Symbolically, it's something that you're contemplating. It could be that particular project that you have, that your neighbors, doorbell. Maybe you're welcoming someone into your home. Someone is showing up for you. Strictly circumstantial here, but who knows? So you are looking at all the facets of this new thing, and yet you need to create the void to basically, it's like saying you're creating that space that you need for that new thing to really manifest. Because you are working with change. So you're, I believe, really somewhat in a magician energy, but you're doing it in a place and in a fashion that is very practical, because you're working with the Ace of Pentacles, and you're working with the little that you have with the Nine of Wands. So simple candles, sitting alone at home, working with nothing, and yet nothing is everything here. So it's quite a beautiful energy when you really think about it. It doesn't take you much to be able to be really, really creative. And yet, the idea here is to most likely sort of cleanse yourself in a way. I'm really enjoying this. I am going to pull a specific, it's an oracle. There are some cards, it's really, really new to me. I just bought it like maybe a week ago or so. And I might have to go to the book, but it's really, really an exquisite oracle. And I would like to pick a card for you here. This one I might let come out. So, it is the trophy. I'm actually going to take a look at what it says. It is number 29, if that has any bearing for you. Doesn't have to. It is in French, so I will translate. It speaks of life, purity, and transmutation. Believe it or not. It says this card represents manifestation of all life. It transcends the shadows. So we have the void here, which is similar to the shadows. And you are transmuting because change is happening for you. You're feeling this, I believe, in your heart, because this is with the color of red, the ruby here. I believe it feels like your heart. It speaks of the regeneration of your body, of your spirit, and your soul. So regeneration, I spoke of cleansing, and I told you you're working with very little, and you're getting rid of any exhaustion. It says it is how do you say présage? It's a French word that means it kind of predicts, if you want, a better future. On the love side, because there's a little message for the love life and one for the professional life. So on the love side, it says you will have happy news regarding your relationships. It speaks of the realization of a project that you've been waiting for. This is exactly what I've been telling you about, this thing that you're saving money for, that you feel is very specific. It feels like a one-off in the sense that it could be very small and very specific, very big, and yet again specific. But either way, it's something that you've been really expecting and wanting. On the professional side, it speaks of, if you're going through any difficult period, it speaks again of favorable news and I guess an increase in any form of endeavor that you're in, right? Like some kind of betterment, improvement. So let's go back to the tarot. Actually, let me change decks. I'm gonna grab one here that's right by me. I hadn't pulled it out, but I feel I need to. Let us see. Here you could apply the idea of the trophy as what you're aiming for, the sort of, I don't want to put it like it's a, how do you say? It's not a reward, even if it's a trophy. I feel that it's something that it almost feels like an Ace of Cups, but it doesn't really pertain to the same meaning. It just feels like the idea that you're filling your life with the things that you really want, that you're welcoming and allowing and wanting the things that you love to come in because you've been creating the space for it. And although the World card here, which is the Void in this deck, is in the reverse, I'm not really inclined here to describe it as unfinished business. Not truly. I really see it as a container more than anything. Same for the trophy. It feels like it's something that you're trying to fill, right? And yet, you do have to tend to that space. Make sure that it's pristine, that it has the correct vibration, that it has the, I don't know. I hope it makes sense. The Ace of Cups came out in the reverse, but with the Seven of Cups in the reverse, which is a good thing. Because whatever you were busy, or the energy that you were scattering by having too many options, in this particular case, I believe it's related back to the particular project that you have. Whether it involves someone else or relationship, ultimately it's bigger than that. It's something that is a life project in itself. I feel it's more resource based, something very concrete, of the likes of a container. And you need to be very specific about it. And again, you have the idea that I think that you need to cleanse something. I find that that's what the energy really is. Like, almost like crying. Getting rid of exhaustion, even pain to a degree, any form of tension in your body. It's a very physical reading. It's interesting because it almost feels like the space that you're preparing is, your body is a temple, your house is a temple. It's the same feeling here, really. I'm just really happy to see that you've narrowed down what you wanted, that you got really specific, and the more that you spend time in that, however you create that small ritual that is very simple and not related to magic per se, but that does have potency to you, right? It's customized to you. It's how you're feeling it to be and what you need it to be for yourself about what it is that you want. It has profound bearing on your future. Because you're in a state of flux. And anything that you think about, anything that you do, even the smallest things, matter. So let's keep pulling. What fell? you're in a situation where you want things to move. You are creating change. This was the main energy, the first card that came out. You are in a cycle that is moving for you. Yet, the same as with the World card in the reverse, because I will have to pull it up as the World card, even if I've been using the word here, the Void, which is the name of this card. I'm going to go back to the fact that it is the 21st Major Arcana. You are in a situation where you're resistant. I'm not sure what makes you resist. Like, what is the motivation for resisting? I mean, you've got an amazing project in the works. You have, I believe, a great idea, whatever it is. Maybe it's the passage that is difficult. I mean, you are exhausted. And I'm not saying that you're fully exhausted, like you can't lift your pinky finger, but you are feeling it in your bones. Look at this opportunity. Look at this money. Look at this expertise. Look at this mastery. This is incredible. The devil here comes up as something very mature. It doesn't come up as something that is the way we typically interpret this card. This is a very an incredible drive to it, incredible energy applied to it, almost to the extent of being a slave to your work, a slave to your own idea, a slave to that particular project. But for you to have two aces of pentacles on the table, for you to have the Capricorn energy, since this is the World card, twice. I was right about feeling it in your bones, because it's Saturn ruled. There's something very structural to what you're doing. It is incredibly foundational, because it's like brand new, and yet it has a very, I want to say, almost past life energy to it. Let me try to refine that so I can really express or explain why I'm saying it this way. It's like saying you have an idea that was in a treasure chest, and you're finally opening that treasure chest, and you're digging deep, really, really deep, and you're pulling this gem. You're pulling this gem out of a very deep place that was maybe full of dust, hence the cleansing, hence finally choosing, or, you know, between all of these things, I see you, you know, when you put your hand in something and you how do you say, you like rubble? No, I'm not sure how to say this verb. Like when you search for something and it's like, it takes a little while, but then you catch it, you get it, and you pull it out. That's how it feels. It's even more satisfactory because you were really looking for it. So when you actually, and you were feeling for it as well, right? This is what this energy feels like to me, especially with this Seven of Cups in the reverse. So maybe in a way, whatever you pull out, that is this Ace of Pentacles, becomes like this trophy. It could be that as you dig deep for an idea that is structural to your life, that is profound, has profound meaning to you, that comes from some place inside of you that is very old, Saturn again, and yet you're creating something new for yourself. It's brand new as it comes, it's like it sees the light of day for you. Maybe love comes with it. So you move from a place of maybe sadness and resistance, to finding the thing that you really wanted all along, and that brings you prosperity and suddenly love, as like a bonus, added value to this whole thing. It's quite an interesting read in the sense that even for me, as I'm reading it, it's like I just found a treasure inside of the treasure, right? That's what it feels like. I love this energy. It's truly a gem. It's truly passionate. It has a really very, look at how much heat there is on these cards, because I'm thinking of obviously the depths. As in hell, but not to say that it's hellish, just to say that it's a place where there's a lot of heat, where transmutation and change occurs, because it's being purified. So a lot of how can I put it? I have the word exercise here, so I don't know if you're, I don't want to say that you're working out and exercising physically, but you could. But for some reason this word wants to come up, and without anything around it really. So because I need help for it, let me grab another card, another deck with keywords, and see what keywords, or what keyword, at least one, which keyword do I need to associate with this word exercise? And see where is this idea taking us? So with the word exercise, you have give and take. So maybe you're being called to learn how to give as well as you take, and not to be one-sided about things, mainly your relationships. Or in any situation where you're working with your resources, don't be greedy. Learn how to share, learn how to basically create wealth. Real wealth is when you circulate the wealth. It is not when you hold on to it, very important here. Let's draw. Let me see. I'm going to turn around and get another deck here. these are the small messages from the Forest of the Fae. Little magical messages. I just had the intuition to tell you that the resistance that you're sensing and whatever you're struggling with, I don't want to call it unfinished business, but it feels like there's something that maybe binds you in a way. I think the best energy is to open yourself up to sharing. Either you share about it, you share to compensate for it. You know what I mean? Like open lines of communications in a way, but not superficially. This has to be very, very deep. And again, I'm pointing to the devil in this particular reading, not as something toxic, not as something negative, but as something that you are mastering, something that you are called upon to work with, but in a positive way, and not to create any more havoc, or not that you have necessarily, but you know what I mean. Like, whether you agree or not with me, in this particular case, I would like you to open your mind up to the idea that it's not working with the devil, and it's not working with negative energy per se. It's truly I don't know, there's something about hard work. Anyways, I do believe that there's a key here for you when it comes to maybe any form of resistance that you may feel. This is the Mandragora Mother. Find the secrets hidden in the brambles. I have no brambles except maybe the Nine of Wands here, because it's almost like a fence. And I just heard the word offense. So maybe for you, the so-called unfinished business is what you feel has been offense, something done to you that you feel you're having a hard time, washing away or forgiving. I don't know. I don't want to judge you for it, but it feels like holding on to resentment, or holding on to like the bramble side of this, right? It's like, get past this, get to the hidden treasure. I told you that you're like a kid, in a cookie jar, and you're like going for that cookie, and then, I don't know, you find something else in that cookie jar, something that's even better. I'm not sure. Or it's like saying you think you're gonna pull up like a chocolate chip cookie, and it's not what you pull up. Maybe you pull up chocolate and peanut butter cookie. Stupid analogies, just to let you know that there's something extra, and it's something that you're not aware of, because it's you're going to discover it as you dig for it, as you allow for it to come in. The way you're going to just embrace the change, open the space, clean your space, work on your, I don't know, feel good about your body. It's truly the body. Like, there's something very physical to this reading. You could, don't be shy to cry. Really, don't be shy to cry. I think I want to leave the reading here. Maybe the last thing I would want to say, though, is I don't know. I'm going to say something really silly, because it doesn't really have a huge bearing, but it might. Maybe wear some red. I don't know why, because it's really, I don't know why. It feels like, attractive. That's what it feels like. It really feels attractive. There's no other way for me to describe it. Like, it feels like it could attract the right things to you. Maybe attract more love to you, more sensuality. It just, there's something about the color that gets things moving. Whether you agree or not, that's what I'm sensing. Anyways, awkward reading, off the wall reading, only for you, Leo. So thank you for being here. I appreciate you, and I bid you good night.